I want to eliminate this pass pawn that potentially can be risks. I have to be careful with the. Hello, everybody. My name is Reinaldo Rodriguez. I am a candidate master from Venezuela. We are here to continue with the series of the videos Climbing the Rating Tower. So today we are going to be playing in the chess.com platform, some 5+5 time control. Okay, so let's look for the first challenge of the day. Okay, good. We have the first opponent from Poland. Okay, he opens with e4. Today, okay, let's play a Caro-Kann defense. The Caro-Kann defense used to be very solid. Okay, he's playing the exchange variant. Typically, this creates some pawn structure similar uh, with the exchange variant and the Queen's Gambit decline, but with inverted colors. Okay, so knight f3. Now let's play knight c6, normal developed move. The idea in the Caro-Kann defense is develop the bishop out of the pawn chain before play e5. Okay, this move that he's doing now is very interesting because he can try to play a 95, increasing the pressure on the knight on c6. And really, the move is very risky because for black, I mean, in case of bishop g4, this will be a premature pin. Why can do the expansion and continue with 95, increasing the pressure. So in these kind of situations, it's just better for black play with the bishop, continue with a normal development and playing with the bishop inside the pawn chain. Okay, so I will do something very standard. Okay, like knight f6. Probably he's going to continue with knight e5. It's the expected move, the theoretical one. In case of 95, bishop d7. Okay, he can capture the bishop. The idea of this variant is just win the bishop pair for white. Okay, he can accomplish that right now. But I can recapture with the queen, and really, my pawn structure will be on light square, so really that don't represent a major trouble. Eventually, in the long term, I have some chance to create a minority attack on the queen side. Okay, because white structure will be with c3, b4, b2. Let's see how he continues. Okay, he took here, okay, with a win the bishop pair. Now I have to select if capture with the pawn or if capture with the bishop. Really, the bishop on c6 looks pretty ugly because we'll be blocked by the central pawn. I think that capturing with the pawn, I can kick some options to push the pawn to c5, like in the French defense. Okay. Now I have some options to move the bishop out. Okay, with bishop f5 to later play e6. But here in this position, really, I think I am interested in play c5 as soon as possible. Okay, because if I play bishop f5, e6, eventually this pawn can be a backward pawn potentially. Okay, so let's play normal move, continue development. Okay, my last square bishop is passive right now, but I hope to liberate space for the bishop. Okay, bishop g5, pinning the knight. This is, okay, a bit annoying at the moment. b2 is unprotected, so I have to consider some move like queen b6 to put pressure there, rook ba as well. Okay, let's think. Okay, let's play a solid move. Bishop d7 to prepare short castle. Okay, normal move, nothing special. And let's prepare c5 in different conditions, because no, it's too simple for white. I mean, fix this square to leave the pawn as a backward pawn. Okay, f4, he's reinforcing the outputs and probably trying to pass the rook to try to attack on the king side. Okay, I'm going to, okay, I am thinking delay castle a bit. I think queen b6 can be a bit annoying for him due to the pressure on b2 and d4 as well. So I will try that, I think. He can capture on d7, but I can capture with the king. I'm not entirely sure if the king will be safe in the center of the board. But anyway, I will try this. I am ready here to capture with the king and to play with my king in the middle of the board. Because as he have this plan eventually, okay, I don't want to give to him a target directly. Let's see. This move is a bit annoying. Now I can capture with the pawn or with the bishop. If capture with the pawn, I can remove the outputs. For sure, he will capture on d7, king takes. And I can play with the king in the middle. Probably he's going to play with f5 later. Well, I like this variant to create some balance. I know it's risky, but I like because I can try to connect the rooks, okay, as soon as possible. Okay, now he have to play f5, but I'm not sure if he have enough time to do that because the pawn on b2 is hanging. If I can play f5, my pawn structure will be amazing to liberate the power of my data square bishop. So, okay, I can play c5, but I think this is a very important move. Okay, he would like to get these outputs on e5, but no, it's too simple because if knight d2, d4 will be hanging. Also, with f5, I can enable f6 for the bishop to create intersection pawn on d4. I am having some attack through the g file, probably moving this rook and to push my pawn to reach the rook to pawn after g3. That are some ideas available in the position. So let's see. Okay, expected move. Maybe he wants to take these outputs. Okay, but bishop f6 start to put some pressure. Okay, now knight e2 is more or less forced to protect the pawn. I can play c5 to increase the pressure, but really I don't want to open the center yet. So, okay, I'm going to move my rook here to declare the intentions of the attack on the kings. Let's see. And now let's play h5, h4, h3, or just winning some space, probably trying to double rooks on the g file. I think that white should play something like c4 and open the c file to try to create some counterplay in this plan, but the invasion squares here are very well covered at the moment. Okay, c3, he's playing modest. So let's win some space. Yeah, he also with this move, he liberated the knight of the defensive labors. Now probably he can play king to the corner, knight g1, knight f3, knight e5. Makes some sense. I have a knight outputs on g4 as well for the rook to prepare the double rooks. Okay, he play h3. Now I think that I have to prepare double rooks. So I will play rook g6. Okay, looking for the outputs. You have to be careful because in case of knight d3, I have a sacrifice on d4. Okay, I'm going to put my rook here to press here. Okay, rook g3. Now I can play, I think, bishop h4 is maybe interesting. I am waiting for knight here. But I think that in case of 95 check, may be very annoying. So probably I am anticipating the check on e5. I think I can move my king to e8. And after 93, I can sack my bishop on d4. And later after the recapture, I can pin the rook and attack here. That variant looks a bit interesting, I think. I'm not entirely sure about that, but maybe interesting. Yeah, he's going to take the outputs. Also, I think that rook g3 is interesting as well, taking the invasion square. But he can capture the pawn, knight e2 later defend, rook g3, queen takes. Okay, let's do this move. I think it's the most active move in the position. He's going to capture the pawn probably to put pressure here. Okay, he moved the knight. Now h3 is hanging, I think. Okay, because this is pin. I can come back with the rook and take the g4 square. Okay, I will start to play fast because only 20 seconds and yeah, rook h4, rook g4, increasing the pressure on g2, keeping the outputs there. And now without the pawn on h3, I have free space to push the pawn to increase the pressure on g2. Let's see. I think he have to be consistent with his plan about the creation of the outputs on e5. He's being a bit inconsistent. Okay, c4. Let's regroup. Prepare rook g4. Maybe he wants to push to c5, or probably pawn takes to open the c5. That also makes sense. Okay, I should capture with the c for sure to keep the pawns together. In case of an attack on the kings, I can run with the king to hide the king to the other flank. Okay, rook c1. Okay, I have to play this move. Now he's going to play queen c2, bishop d4, takes, but he can take the c7 square. Okay, I think that they. Okay, rook c3. Okay, I'm going to push the pawn to be ready to play h3 at any moment. Yeah, the rook is very well here. Probably I can consider the possibility to transfer the rook to try to play in this flank as well. Okay, rook h3. Okay, I'm going to take this open file now. As he leaves the open file, okay. I still have some kind of minority attacks here. Really, I would like to get this invasion square. He can switch the rook again to c3. Probably queen a5 may be interesting to put some pressure on a2. Okay, let's do that. Just to attack the base of the pawn chain is a typical plan. Okay, just to bother him a bit and test him how he's going to defend the structure. Okay, now b3 is weak. Okay, let's play this move, looking for c2. Probably he's going to play rook c3, forcing me to move my queen to d7 maybe. If not, I will get the invasion square on c2. Now the new base is on b3 that can be attacked with queen b7 as well. Okay, well, I should capture. Having the bishop, the trade of the pawns used to be a good idea. I have some check. I can get. Okay, I'm going to play simple, just trading some pieces because I have, I have material advantage. Okay, let's do the check. Let's pin the knight, threatening bishop h4. If rook c2, I can capture on f4. Okay, I have a check on c3, I think. Yeah, I think he's losing material. He's losing the knight. I was thinking in bishop h4 to increase the pressure, but these are pieces in the same line. This is a skewer. You have to move the king, and now finally I can capture probably with the less value pieces because the queen is doing a excellent job there. So capture with the less value pieces is very good to incorporate new attackers in the position. Now d4 is falling. Yeah. Okay. Well, I can capture another pawn. Let's play simple to force the trade of the queens. No queens, game over. Okay, I could capture the pawn, but this is safer. Okay, more easy to control everything. B3 is hanging, D4 is hanging. He can try to take this open file, but invasion squares are covered. Okay, he resigned. Once the queens disappear from the board, he resigned. Okay, so good. Let's look for a new game. Okay, hopefully this time with white pieces. Okay, the opponent from France says KKO. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, let's play an English opening. Okay, this is like, yeah, like a Sicilian defense but with inverted colors. Okay, E5, good, knight C3, and C5. Okay, he's trying to create a kind of Maroxy bind. I suppose this is very interesting. Okay, this order of moves select. Okay, I am trying to see if I can put some pressure. Okay, probably the downside of the E5, C5 structure is the hole on D5, maybe. Okay, I'm going to try to play. Okay, let me attack this pawn just to see how he's going to react. Probably knight c6. Okay, he defend the pawn, and now let's play with g3, bishop g2, and to try to create an intersection point there. Bishop e6, d3, defending. I am not worried about this diagonal, sorry, because my bishop goes for the fianchetto location. Yeah, the bishop here can be chased by the knight eventually, so he have to be careful with that. This move may be very annoying because I can create a discovery attack. Okay? So he's preparing bishop h3 to trade my bishop. Okay, I am thinking some move like queen b3 to trade bishops and capture on b7, but in case of queen b3, he can just play knight c6 and that's also a move like knight g5 may be interesting. I think knight g5 may be interesting because he have to play probably bishop d7. Okay, with this move, I can stop bishop h3. This is a prophylactic move. Prevent is the opponent's plan. So if you play bishop f5, maybe I can play e4, and after bishop, okay, now these are good news because I can win the bishop pair, so I will take this for sure. Okay, this looks ugly, but he's also preventing the creation of the outputs on d5. Makes sense. Okay, I think castle is natural here. Okay, as I have the bishop pair, I should try to open the position somehow. This diagonal at the moment no is useful. My pawn structure is aiming to the queens. I should play in that sector of the board. A3, B4 with rook B1 looks like a thematic plan. Also, I am thinking in bishop H3 to attack here and later trying to take the outputs with D5, taking advantage of the pin. But really, the bishop there will be hanging after take the outputs on d5 will not be forced for him capture for sure. So I think that according to the orientation of the pawn structure and everything, this plan looks more consistent. Okay, looking for the b4 rupture and also the opening of the b file to create action b7 for the rook and the bishop. Okay, so I have to open the position now. A5. I suppose that A5 is expected reaction. to, okay, a5 makes sense to stop before. Okay, he allowed me to do this. So this is good. Takes. Now I have a unique island of pawns, okay, against three island of pawns, and also I have the bishop there. So this, I am accumulating some small advantage. Okay, now 94. Well, I think I can play just e3 to remove the knight from the central outputs. Okay, e3 blocks my bishop, but the bishop at the moment no is too clear where I'm going to place my bishop. Okay, knight f5. Now I think, okay, in some case he's ready to push to d5 because this knight will be blocked. So I think I am thinking in rook a1, but really I have to connect my pieces, to connect my rooks especially. So I'm going to play bishop d2 just to connect the rooks, to connect the major pieces, to don't have the bishop hanging, to create a plan from a more organized position. And now I have the open file. Probably if rook a1, he can play a6. I can play b5 to try to fix a6 spheres. Okay, he's preparing d5. Okay, but with d5 move, he's going to be opening the position without the bishop there. I'm going to play queen b3 just to connect the rooks, looking the king, preventing d5. So improving, okay, and also stopping his plan at the moment. Yeah, I cannot see the rating of my opponent, but I suppose it's around 1400, more or less. Okay, g6, reinforcing the knight. Okay, I'm going just to take the open file. If take the open file, he's going to play a6. Maybe I can consider the possibility to play b5 first. b5, the c5 square will be available. But I don't think that there is a trouble with that. I'm going to play b5 to continue with rook a1, and he will not, well, he can play a6 anyway, I think, but he's going to be under pressure. Okay, now after this move, the pawn on a7 becomes in a backward pawn. So also I have a nice output on, the advanced pawns offers the creation of the outputs. Okay, but at the moment I have a potential outputs here on e4, sorry, and this maneuver may be interesting to take the outputs on c6. I like a lot that, but I'm not sure if do that immediately or if prepare that first with a rook a1. I think I will do this immediately because the thing that I like about this move directly is that don't suggest to him the possibility to, yeah, to move the rook. Well, he could protect a7 using rook d7, but I mean, if my knight gets here, this square, the rook will be trapped because the bishop is controlling these squares as well. Also, I'm not sure if I want to trade my bishop for, okay, this is he's opening the position, so I think that I'm also ready to capture here. I can continue with the plan. Also, I can bring my rook. I am worried about this pawn that can become in a backward pawn. So, okay, let's play this move to try to be a bit flexible. Pawn takes, maybe rook takes, queen d7, bishop f1 to protect the backward pawn with the bishop. Very passive, but really I don't want that he capture, that he create counterplay there. Yeah, and for sure when I take the outputs, he's going to trade his data score bishop. So the position is very interesting because after the capture with the rook, I can use the outputs for the rook, creating the intersection point on e6, but d3 is going to be falling. Okay, he moved the queen. I think now I can capture. Okay, and he have to recapture with the pawn. Yeah, e4 is interesting, but in case of e4, he can take these outputs. Okay, so probably I can just place knight b4, look for the outputs on c6, or bishop b4 fears. But if I trade a knight, he recapture and he's going to be covering the output. So let's play this move. Knight b4 takes. Also, I can play right now rook c6. Rook c6 looks interesting. I'm going to play rook c6 just to enable the other square for the other rook using the outputs, in this case with the rook. This not is something too common because the ideal location for a pieces here would be the knight. But really, I don't want to play knight b4 directly because he can capture this bishop that really no is too good, maybe. Yeah, that's why I'm putting some pressure through the sixth round. I can bring the last pieces into the game. For sure, I have to do something with this ugly knight in the edge of the board. Maybe he's going to try to fight for the control of the file, challenging my rook with his rook. Okay, I can capture the knight, capture d5. He played this move, probably to play this move. He's looking for the outputs on c5. But I have a pin here that may be very annoying. Let's play a waiting move. And in case of 96, bishop h3 will be very, very annoying. It's a deadly pin, that one, I think. Well, he can play knight c5 anyway, I think, because if I capture here, he can capture my queen. That position will be crazy. 96, bishop h3, knight c5. Maybe I can sack my rook. Okay, he just moved the king. Let's stay the invasion square just to see what he's going to play and to win the increment. Because I can win a pawn. He can play queen e6, but after queen e6, I can move the other rook forward. Okay, let's just capture the pawn. Play simple and two rooks in the seventh rank is warranty of victory. Now 96 makes some sense. To get c5. Okay, two rooks in the seventh rank. Now good pressure here. Also the bishop can come here to participate in the attack with the queen on b2. Rook b7. Takes. Okay, let's play bishop c3 to kick the tension there a bit. Yeah, now I am removing the defender, waiting materially. Is the idea. I suppose that we have to trade rooks. Rook takes, and continues somehow later. Maybe queen d8, something like that. In case of queen d8, I can play just rook c6, moving back my rook. Okay, I can play queen b2 now, putting pressure on throw the diagonal on the knight. Yeah, the bishop pair here control all the central squares. Okay. Um, now there is a lot of tactics in this position. Rook takes c7, followed by bishop takes on f6, or yeah, mostly that. Okay, let's do this. Rook takes, queen takes, bishop takes. Now, okay, if he play queen f7, probably I can capture on d5 to deflect the queen. the protection of the knight to win another pawn. Takes, check. Later I can regroup. Okay, let's play this move just to keep attention. Try to increase the pressure, getting the outputs. Also, I want to eliminate this pass pawn that potentially can be risks. I have to be careful with the. Okay, I can capture on d5. Oh well, he's promoted. I have to eliminate that pawn for sure. Let's capture here. To capture on d2 later. He's going to play queen a1 check. I have bishop f1, and I suppose that the position is very safe. Okay, okay. I cannot see the rating of my opponent, but yeah, I suppose it's more or less similar with the actual rating of the guy. Okay, almost 15. Okay, good. Let's look for the last game, okay, of today. So new one. Okay, the opponent from Bangladesh. Okay, let's play an E4 game this time. Okay, pair defense or modern defense. Who knows? Let's see. 46. With this move, apparently a pair defense. Let's play knight c3. Okay, now e6. This order of move is very strange because he's blocking the bishop. Seems to be that he wants to play d5, but he can be just playing a kind of French defense, probably with a tempo of disadvantage because he's playing d6 to play d5 later. So I'm going just to win more space, okay, because as he's playing passive, I'm going to win some central space and just to wait a bit how he's going to develop his pieces. Okay, probably he's going to castle short. Okay, I'm going to play bishop b3, preparing castle as well. Normal setup. Yeah, okay, c5 is a expected reaction. I can capture, and e5, removing the main defender of the position. So let's go for that. Takes, have to capture, and now I can play e5, removing the main defender. This. I have some great gift patterns that doesn't work at the moment because the g5 square is well covered, but I can play tricky, trying something like h4 to prepare the sacrifice to do later knight g5 check and recapture with the pawn, opening the file for the rook. Without the knight defending the position, that tactical trick is available in any case. So also here, this knight in a nice outputs. Also interesting idea, maybe transfer more pieces to the king side because moving the knight, I can create a space for the c pawn to attack the knight. Also, I am a bit worried about knight b4. That may be a bit annoying. I am thinking if I play h4, knight b4, bishop takes check, king takes, knight g5 check. But I think that as the pawn is blocking the bishop, maybe he can just hide the king on a6. I'm not sure about the pattern in this specific position, but maybe interesting. h4, knight b4, bishop takes, king takes, knight g5 check. He can play with queen g4 f5, h5 check, king a6, Knight f7 check, rook takes, queen g6 mate. Okay, well, I'm not sure about this, but I will try because it's interesting. Maybe not the best move, objectively speaking, not the best move, but yeah, preparing the grid, just to prepare the grid gift. Bishop takes a7, knight g5, in case of king g6, queen g4, and let's see what happened there. The variants are interesting, very difficult in the practice. Yeah, for both players, but especially for black, because black is defending. Maybe he's trying to trade the bad bishop for my good one. I think that right now I am ready to do the grid gift. So I prepare everything to do that. So let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure if it works in this position because it seems to be that the king can be hidden on a6. But I can push f5 to liberate the diagonal for the dark square bishop as well. So maybe I am speculating too much. You know, king takes, knight g5, king a6. And after that, really no, it's too clear how to continue with the attack with the king on a6. Probably I have to play f5 to open the diagonal for the dark square bishop. I think that king a6 is the best defense right now to hide the king uh, behind the pawn and the knight. I will play f5, opening the diagonal for the dark square bishop, for sure. But I'm not entirely sure about this way to attack. Looks a bit superficial, maybe. If he captures, I can open the file and incorporate the queen. And yeah, the best move is defending like an engine will be defending this position. So interesting. Well, now I have to be consistent. Really, this is an unclear move, but I have to push this. Doesn't matter what happened because really it's the unique way to continue with that. Opening the diagonal for the bishop, and now, for example, I am winning the queen. I have some double checks. Probably, yeah, double checks almost checkmate, maybe. Let's see. Well, the difficult situation for black. Yeah, I am trying to think in a defense, but I cannot see something clear. Maybe sacrifice the knight just to trade queens. Right? Maybe an idea, but very difficult. Just make a move, leaving a pieces hanging to survive. But maybe the best, something like 93 or 94. Mm, to have the opportunity to trade queens first. But let's see, because otherwise I am ready to do the discover attack. Another option will be move the queen somewhere to avoid lose the queen. But okay, if move the queen, let's say I don't know. Yeah, well, c7 no is a solution because it's still in the I can attack with the I can capture, winning the queen. Now he have to play in a7. I can get the invasion square. Also, I can capture on d5 with the knight, but he capture on e5 with check. So really, I am not interested. Probably knight takes c7. Also, I can play queen h5 check, king g8, knight g5 to try to do the checkmate. But the trouble is that he's capturing on e5 with check. So I think that the best is just capture the queen and play normal. Let's see the material balance. I think with queen f3 I can track. Well, no it's trap because it's defended by the knight. This pawn is hanging, so I'm going just to consolidate. castling, defending, and setting a trap. This pawn seems to be hanging, but I have queen h5 check, winning the pieces in case that he captured the pawns. Well, after all, the the tactical variance seems to be interesting. Okay, he's ready to take an output on d4. Also, he's pressing here. I think that I should attack pushing the pawn to f6. It will be an indirect defense, okay, of the pawn on e5 because I am creating a threat. Also, I can enable the figure to attack here. So I can do a check on h5, but okay, I would like to capture first just to see his reaction because the bishop is hanging. If he moves the bishop, I have check, check, and mate. Okay, because I have intersection pawn on g7 for the queen and the pawn. If he play a normal move, okay, he resigned. Okay. So, well, this game will be very interesting to analyze because I'm not entirely sure about the sacrifice that I did, but I did that just for fun and also because the pattern was there, asking to be made. But yeah, in any case, good or not, it's always interesting. Okay. So, well, guys, with this series of 3 games we finished for today, we almost get the 1600. Okay, so for sure the games are being more difficult in each new series. Hopefully, I should be able to kick the level and to kick the interest for all the viewers. So I hope you enjoy the lesson and see you soon. Don't forget, if you like the content, like and subscribe and share with your friends.